So it's kind of a question for the other guy here. My name is Hunter. I'm on the Energy Fire Department. And you said you had the resources, they were available to fight the fire, and you said that exactly yourself. I want to know why I was taken away from my family on the fire department from helping them fight fire to go run a dozer myself. Like, we had no equipment to come help us. That fire was huge, and it was huge for a long time. It traveled a long way into town. I'm an equipment operator. I know there's a lot of possibilities to get in front of that damn fire and try and turn it or slow it down. And it never happened. We came into town.
Hey,
I had fought fire
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
all day. And then here I am until 3 in the morning running a dozer with the SPSA bus driver, who thank God he was there to help me because he knew how to run a dozer. And then I come to find out there's 3 dozers on trailers sitting at the SPSA yard. And I said, why aren't they here helping us? And they said, well, geez, I guess they probably could. Well, yeah, I was out there all night, me and Steve, all night, pushing fire guards.
And only
by
2 of
ourselves.
them.
We're firefighters. It's just like, you know, the community and you guys are lucky that I work for a great company that gave us their equipment. I didn't even have to ask. Paul said, you take it. And we took it out there and dealt with it ourselves. And here's another question. You guys say you have all these resources and stuff. Why are you paying them so terribly? Like, I've seen the list myself. $85 an hour for a single axle water truck, $140 an hour for a dozer under 30,000 pounds. Who in their right mind is gonna jump up to the fire and go fight a fire with a $250,000 machine for a wage that doesn't even pay for the fuel and the operator? Like, no wonder why nobody wanted to come help. I sure as hell wouldn't put my $250,000, $500,000 worth of equipment in front of the fire for $140 to $175 an hour. Like, come on, man. You know, I just want to know. So I guess my question is, why is the funding so limited for the organizations that are wanting to help fight the fires, which is turning them away from wanting to help fight the fires? That's my question. Why are we paying so little?
I know it's based on the agreed to Department of Highways fees, but I will have to, dig into that more part of it. Was that a barrier? And listening to what you said, first of all, I really want to thank you for your dedication and commitment. I mean, it's what you just said was very what you said earlier was there was heroes that night. There's been heroes all through this season. You're one of them. So again, thank you very much for that. But I'm going to have to take that away. When you said about the resources, I was referring province wide. Okay, I'm not referring to one fire over the other.
Yeah.
And when we reach out to our provincial partners, the compacts throughout North America, in all fairness, those are provincial assets that we work, to Brian's comment, around prioritizing and basing it on the assessed risk at that time. And so that will be part of the review process. Was there a missed opportunity? Did that fire turn so fast that we were unable to, or we didn't see it coming? Those are all part of the after action review.
Well, and like with the lack of resources, this guy's son brought us up sprinklers himself. They were agricultural sprinklers that we had to take back, and like he spent all day in his garage hot rodding these sprinklers to turn them from an agricultural sprinkler to somewhat of a forestry sprinkler. We had no hoses, no sprinklers, nothing, and we had a whole town to protect. And like been stated before, we're structural firefighters. Somebody's house burns down, that's what we go deal with. Yeah, we're here to protect the community, but like, holy shit, that's a lot of town for 11 guys to protect. And like, I'm so grateful that Creighton and neighboring departments came to help us. But as Steve said, we had groups of guys, 4 guys to a pumper truck, that were given an area of town. It was 3 kilometers long because we weren't given any other resources. The only resources we were given were other departments that heard we were in trouble and needed help. Why was that not, you know, and you can't even say, oh, the wolf fire came into Creighton so fast, because I was pushing a fire guard in Benair, and Merv phoned for a dozer on the Hanson Lake Road. The only dozer that came to help was me, and I was busy doing another fire guard, so I had to leave that one to go strip down the side of the Hanson Lake Road to stop the fire from jumping the road. Like, it's pretty damn easy to fight a fire with dozers on the side of a highway. You do not get a better starting point for a fire guard than the side of a highway. And it was waited until it was on both sides of the road to bring in the heavy equipment to fight it. Well, by then, you couldn't pay me enough to get in front of a fire that's on all four sides of me. Like, there needs to be better planning and better funding in place for the people that are coming to help fight the fires in the community.
And
That's
it's
in your
certainly,
motion.
No, but I think it's a comment, like I said, it's always about life, so never would I think anybody would want you to be in a place where you have fires all around you, so, you know, the costing or the ability to pay